How many people die from distracted driving? What happens after being pulled over? What is the most people get pulled over for? Why do people do this? These are the questions people ask. Today we will be meeting with a police officer who will answer some of these.
Put that over here so it becomes better. There we go.
Thank you for meeting with me.
No problem.
Alright, so if you know, about how many people do you think you pull over for a day for distracted driving?
I think on an average day, a normal traffic enforcement officer would probably pull over 3 to 4 people a day for distracted driving.
Okay.
And he may identify that many also involved in minor and major traffic accidents as well.
What do they usually get pulled over for, other than just speeding?
Texting and driving, not looking at the road and driving, generally not paying attention, arguing with people in their car, weaving, eating is part of distracted driving, eating and driving. And if you're eating and driving and you're weaving, they may think you're drinking and driving and pull you over.
How great of a problem would you say that distracted driving is?
I think that if the truth was told, I think that it's better than probably 75% of the traffic accidents could be related back to some form of distracted driving.
How many deaths would you say could happen with distracted driving?
So how many deaths could happen? Every case of distracted driving could result in a death. I don't know what the national average is for deaths attributed straight to distracted driving. So a long time ago, I used to be a traffic accident investigator, and probably 50% of the accidents that I investigated in Dothan were attributed to distracted driving. And the distracted driving back then wasn't so much texting and driving or eating and driving. It was looking away in this direction and driving your car in a direction you're not looking. A lot of the accidents happen at intersections where they're trying to merge to the right into traffic, and there's a car in front of them, and they look to their left, and they see an opening, thinking the car that's gone, and then they step on their gas and hit that car in front of them because they never looked back. So they were distracted by the traffic they were looking at and ran into the car in front of them. But you ask about deaths. I think that there's probably a good percentage of traffic accident fatalities that are related back to distracted driving, that and major injuries also.
If you could, how would you prevent it?
So I would encourage parents to have their teenagers to turn on the options with the cell phone that shut it off when it's in motion. I would talk to teenagers about not accepting phone calls and texting while they're driving, and not messing with the radio, not having in-depth conversations with their passengers, not eating and driving or drinking sodas or coffee or water or whatever and driving. That I would stress the fact that when you're driving, drive. If there's something else you need to do, pull the car over and do that. Because especially for teenagers, your parents love you. They've invested the time to get you a car and to let you drive, and they put a great amount of trust in you, and distracted driving takes away from the trust that they've given you to be out driving. It's expensive to insure and put a teenager behind the wheel these days. Insurance is very expensive, and one minor accident could cause the whole family not to be able to afford car insurance.
Okay, last question. If you could give any warning to the teens today about distracted driving, what would it be? Other than, not do it.
I would warn the teens today that if they get a ticket for distracted driving, it's a very, very expensive ticket. One, to pay the ticket, and two, what it's going to do to their family's car insurance. So there's a big fine that goes with distracted driving.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Could you please introduce yourself? I'm sorry for the...
Sure. My name is Lieutenant Douglas Johnson. I work with the Fort Rucker Police Department.